Hey everyone, I'm Hashem, you're watching Pushing Film. Welcome back to the channel, and today's video, which is going to be unboxing the new Lomography MC-A camera. I'm lucky enough to be one of the first few people in Australia testing this camera, so I've got one here that I get to borrow from Lomography for about a month before I send it back. So I thought I'd do a little unboxing for anyone who is maybe thinking about getting one of these and wanting to know what to expect in the package or how the camera looks and so on. I don't think I've ever done an unboxing video before, and I don't normally think about doing this kind of thing, but this was a special occasion because this is something that I'm pretty excited about when I heard about this announcement, and I think many of you watching will be looking forward to as well, or at least just finding out what's going on here. So in the package, excuse the noise, we also got a 3-pack of Lomo Color Negative 400, so I can test that with the camera. And yeah, let's have a look. So as you might know, I was one of the few people who also got to test out the new Lomography film that launched recently. So it was after that that they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to test this out. So yeah, all right. This first thing you'll notice, this is a pretty hefty package. There's a lot in here with this little booklet. So I'll untie this and see what's going on there. So it's like a whole actual book. Oh, wow. All right. With some stickers in there. I won't spend too much time on this. I'll jump to the camera shortly, but yeah, it just looks like a fun Lomography typical type of book with some photos and writing and details of the camera. So I think it also doubles as the manual as well. So that'll be a really cool thing to read through at some point later. Let's look at the camera. Comes in a nice little soft pouch. It's kind of a Velcro, but not quite. Yeah, it's really nice actually. I quite like that because it's really handy to have if you're just going to throw it in your backpack or something like that in another bag. And there's a little script there. Everybody is equal before the lens and behind it. All right. Looks good. I'm glad it was the black one also. If I was to get one of these, I would definitely go for black. So first off, it has a nice heavy feel to it. This is heavier than I would have expected. It doesn't feel plasticky. It feels kind of like a premium point and shoot camera. Like I've owned a Contax TVS before. So little film door latch here. Let's have a look. Really nice kind of smooth opening to the film door. And yeah, the first impression is that the quality looks quite nice. There's a metallic feel to the majority of this thing. Feels like it's made from aluminium or something like that. There's some plastic in the internals, obviously. The door feels solid, really nice, heavy feel to the door. Again, pressure plate, little light baffle for the window, which is nice. So you can forget which film you've loaded inside, which I often do. Internals look good. Closure feels nice. Little rewind latch on the bottom of this camera. Yeah, that feels as it should. Presumably battery door in there. The front, you've got the little focusing options for manual focus from 0.4 meters up to infinity. Really nice kind of a bluish coating on the lens as well. So this font here, this little bit of script, a lot of people weren't a fan of that. Personally, I'm not much of a fan of it either, but it's not a huge deal. If it was up to me, I would have nothing there, just a plain black. And this script style logo, I know some people weren't a big fan of that. Me too. I like the classic Lomography logo, the pixelated looking one. So if it was up to me, I would just have MC-A there. But in all black, it's not a huge deal. And you probably can just put gaffer tape on it or maybe try and rub this out somehow. I'm not sure. I wouldn't recommend it unless you test it first. But yeah, let's get a battery in this thing and turn it on. So I've removed the battery door. And this is a good chance to see the accessories here, which do include a battery. So there's a little box there. Uses CR2 battery. It's a rechargeable CR2 battery, that's right. I remember seeing this online and that's actually really cool. So you'll notice there's a little USB-C input there. So that is really handy because these batteries can be really annoying to have to replace, especially if you forget the camera on and you just kill batteries by accident. That is a lifesaver. Other things in the box, we've got a UV lens filter here. I'll just put that on straight away, protect the lens. Screws on nicely. The manual card and colored flash filters are in here. I won't mess around with that yet, but I'll just give you a quick look. So little flash gels to put on front of the flash to give it a certain color. The leather hand strap and the splitzer. Oh, I've already ripped some part of the box. It's probably a better way to get these things out, but I'm kind of over ambitious here. All right, that's the little splitzer. That's a lens cap. Cool, little pinch cap. Okay, and little leather hand strap in here. I don't know if it's real leather. Doesn't feel like it necessarily, but it could be. Either way, it's strong and it's well made. So there's a bit of a look at that. I'll put that on later. Let's put the battery in and power this thing on. So positive out. Let's power this thing on. Oh, all right. It's a cool little power sound. So that was turning it into the AF mode and going into manual focus. So yeah, I'm gonna have to discover the functionality of this camera in full during my actual review, but I wanted this to just be a bit of an unboxing, give you a look at the camera itself and an idea of the feel and the sounds and functionality. And yeah, I'm testing it, focusing at different distances, and you can see it's responding. So I'll try and focus on something far off camera, and it went to infinity. So yeah, it seems quite responsive in terms of AF, 2.5 meters off screen there, looks about right. Ground, 2.2 meters. Yeah, so 0.5 meters was when I went about that far, which seems about right. So yeah, this seems really responsive in terms of AF. We've got all the shutter speeds here, nice clicky, heavy response to the dial. Little spot, the lugs for the straps are evenly mounted here, which is cool. If you were do a neck strap, which isn't what's included, that was a hand strap, and the front there with the viewfinder. So viewfinder's pretty crisp. And yeah, there's some indication lights inside, similar to the Pentax 17 and stuff like that. And that feels really nice to use even without the UV filter there. So yeah, there is the new Lomo MC-A in black. Gonna load this up with some film. Enjoy my 1 month roughly of using this before I send it on to whoever is maybe testing it next or back to Lomo, and bring you a video on the channel. Sorry that there aren't any photos yet, but I just wanted this to be a bit of an unboxing and reveal of the camera. Something I was really excited for when I heard about, and I was like hoping that I could do something like this. So here it is. Let me know what you want to see in the review. It'll be a typical review in my style, most likely, but if there's something specific you want me to focus on, drop it in the comments and let me know. Are you thinking of getting one of these? It's a very capable camera. If you look at the specs of what it can do, I would much prefer to pick up something like this than to go and buy a secondhand Contax T or whatever that could die, very quickly. Whereas this has it's brand new with a warranty, 35mm lens, f2.8. Brilliant. Really looking forward to it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.